As I read today's devotion from the Living Compass, it truly brought a smile to my face. As many of you know, I have the privilege of teaching 3 and 4-year-olds in a Christian preschool. I can't even begin to tell you how excited each of my children gets when it's getting close to their birthday. And then on the special day, we gather together, sing happy birthday, say a special prayer for the child, and send him or her home with a bag filled with bubbles, a toy cupcake, and a journal to be filled out by a loved one telling us how they spent their special day. When they return, they have the chance to tell us all about their celebration. At the beginning of Advent, I start to tell them about Christmas. I have a special nativity set that I use to tell them about Jesus' birth. Each child gets to hold and play with it as we tell the story. We start by holding Mary and talking about God sending an angel to visit her. The angel told her she would have a baby who would be God's son, and she would name him Jesus. Then we hold Joseph and talk about how he was told Mary would have a baby, the Son of God, and name him Jesus. Next, we pass around a donkey and talk about how Mary and Joseph had to go to Bethlehem. Mary was very tired. Sometimes she walked, and sometimes she rode. When they arrived in Bethlehem, they visited a couple of inns, but there was no room. Finally, a kind innkeeper invited them to stay in his barn for the night. Mary and Joseph were elated, a place to rest, among the animals, but at least a place to rest. And on that night, in a barn in Bethlehem, the Son of God was born, Jesus. They wrapped him in swaddling cloths and laid him in a manger because they had no bed for him. Each of the children gets to hold the tiny baby Jesus for just a few minutes before we lay him in the manger filled with hay. Then a star arose in the sky and stopped just above the stable. Far off in the fields, the shepherds saw the star and followed it to Bethlehem, expecting a castle, but finding a stable, and inside was Jesus. They knelt at his manger, and even farther off in the east were the wise men, who saw the exact same star and set off to find the king. Everyone celebrated Jesus' birth. Even the animals rejoiced. I can't even begin to describe to you the anticipation and joy I see in the children's faces as I tell this story to them. We tell it every day during Advent, and after a few days, they each get to share a part of the story. They pull a figurine out of the nativity bag and tell us who they are and why they are important to the story. By the time Jesus' birthday arrives, they know the whole story. The children get excited to celebrate Jesus' birthday, and Christmas becomes something more to them than just a time for them to receive gifts. It's a time to celebrate Jesus' birth, so we have a birthday party for him. We sing happy birthday to him, share treats, and talk about what presents we would bring to him. Preparing for Christmas can be such a crazy time. We think we need to shop, bake, decorate, and 100 other things to make it just right. But truly, I hope this year each of us can take the time to slow down and really anticipate what is to come. Anticipation is a feeling of excitement about something pleasant or exciting that we know is going to happen. So even though I have a few presents left to wrap, Christmas dinner to cook, and a few other details to attend to, I pray that just like my children at school, I can look forward to the real reason we have Christmas, to celebrate that God sent his only Son for each of us. What more could we ask?
Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall